city so dark, running through the shadows, leaving no mark, heart pounding fast. Tombi land, next runner under the chip in hand, fingers dance on the keyboard, hacking into the night, breaking into systems, send the code alight, that the pulse of the city echoes through the street. Run free, next runner. I'm the one they fear the most. Feel the beat. Feel the beat. What's this cybernetic world where the lines are blurred?
Let's do it! Let's go live! How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Tombi channel. I'm your host, Tombi. And welcome to episode 16 of the Sunday Spotlight, where we specifically look at the small creators, small streamers, gamers, you name it, the people that we've just met on the interwebs, maybe just starting out or just criminally under-subscribed. We're going to go through and just have a look and catch up with people, see how we're doing. And I'm actually going to use the opportunity to do a couple of things today. Mostly surrounding shorts and things like that. So one of the things that came to my attention during the week, and I blame the oldest gamer for this one, he's a good lad. So he was having issues creating some shorts, or he was doing some shorts and he reached out for kind of like a little bit of advice. So I gave him a little bit of a steer in the right direction. And I thought, do you know what? It might be actually a good opportunity to just create a couple of shorts in both Adobe Premiere and as well as DaVinci. Two video editing pieces of software, both very, very similar, but with ever so subtle differences between the two. So one of the things I think I'll probably do today as well is just go through the creation of a couple of those. And also some things that I do in OBS to help creation of shorts. So We'll do that, and we'll also look at some of the more recent streamers that I've come across. We haven't had any new streamers recommended on Discord at the minute, so just remember. So over on Discord, let's get this on screen, and let's make you a little bit bigger. Just in the Sunday Spotlight, there is a specific channel in Discord. If you come in here and link your people in here, I will bring them up. So if you come across anybody, any new streamers, content creators that you really like the look of, and you enjoy their content, and you want them to get a little bit of a shout out, to spread the love, pop their names into here, makes a world of difference, and it also helps me keep track of everything. So, how we doing? How we doing? So, been busy today. Been busy putting a path in, getting the garden sorted out the front of the house. So basically all the front of the house is now done, and all the work is complete. But thank you very much indeed for joining me. We've got Insidious Bliss. How you doing, brother? Rick Cleary. How you doing? John. But yes, brother Rick, learning to dance. Abe, how you doing? Reticle Nerd as well. How you doing, Pete? Jack. It's the Spectre lad. And Mirden, hail and good morning. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Psychotic Mongoose is also in chat. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. We're going to crack on. Right. Okay. So with that in mind, let's bring across the old Google, and we're going to go over to YouTube's. We're going to come across here. And we're going to go to a couple of recent Blood Guilty Gaming. So let's give Blood Guilty a bit of a shout here. So Blood's on his way. Yeah. Really good. Tugs got monetized. Psychotic Mongoose. I mean, she's been working hard at it. Really happy that it happened. DB has now reapplied for monetization, so hopefully YouTube will look at that and then come through and grant him the monetization. Because at the end of the day, DB's put in a lot of work. Excellent content creator, so well deserved by Tugs, of course. Well deserved by Tugs. So Blood Guilty Gaming actually came onto my radar via Beardo. So I was watching a Beardo stream, and he gave a shout out to Blood Guilty Gaming, and I thought, do you know what? Perfect. Have a look at his content. Playing many different games, Far Cry 6, Red Dead, loads of other different things in between, and he is actually quite a sound guy. He's got quite a good demeanor, interacts with the chat really well. Ladies and gentlemen. Really does interact with the chat really well. So very, I would recommend massively. Let me skip through. It's probably a bad example on this one. Let me go to Far Cry 6 where we can see his webcam. So he's got his webcam. He interacts with the chat. Plenty of people in chat constantly. I mean, yeah, a really solid guy. Highly recommended. John is one of his mods. I'm wrenched too. I don't know how, but Blood Guilty actually just wrenched me the other day. So obviously, massive appreciation for that, and obviously it shows a lot of trust that he has in individuals. So yeah, he wrenched me the other day, probably because I keep on jumping in and giving him shout outs. So absolutely fantastic. We've got him scheduled for an upcoming reality-based Tangent Kings episode. Nice. I wonder if Greg will turn up this time instead of playing Conan. Yes, Greg. We can see what you're doing in Steam. Yeah, he avoided coming to the Tangential Kings and played... he's on the Fellowship Discord as well. Nice. That's good. Rick, congrats to Tugs. Couldn't happen to a nicer, cuter creator. And DB, can't tag. I'm on phone. Yeah, it's all good, mate. That's the one thing I find frustrating about mobile phones, especially the YouTube app. It's garbage. It's hot garbage. Absolute hot garbage. But yeah, pop across, give Blood a bit of a like, share, subscribe. He is a good egg. Very good content creator. I like him. I've got a lot of time for him. And we're gonna go down a little bit more. Just make sure that they're not live currently, so I don't miss them. There's another one. Where are you? Oh, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. Where are you? So a joint, right? New Black Street, a joint between Kaida and Atreus. New Black Street. They actually smashed through one of their goals the other day. That I was actually watching when they did their most recent one with Melanie Mack. And my God, the number of people that were in the chat at the time, it was fantastic. Jace, over on Twitch, how you doing? Yo, what's good? We are living a dream. Jace, we are living a dream. Abe, yup. If I don't have a keyboard shortcut for somebody's name, I have to type it out on mobile. Yeah, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible to do so. I mean, it's nothing more frustrating than also getting their name wrong. Because it's like, as soon as you get their name right, it highlights on the screen. You can see who's talking to you. Get name wrong, gets missed. But yeah, New Black Street. They had the one and only Melanie Mack in the house. And this was on Friday evening. So you got Kaida and Atreus. Good content creators. I like the energy. They are funny as anything. I mean, Atreus was choking half the time on having a laugh with things. So, yeah, definitely make sure you pop across to the new collaboration that they've made together, which is New Black Street. But yeah, they had the token white girl, Butter Goddess, Melanie Mack in the house. Daily Dysfunction, how you doing? How you doing? Right, skip through a couple more. Reclaw. Obviously, starting out with the streaming Reclaw. Let's make sure I put it into chat correctly. Learn to spell. Reclaw Survival. Plays a lot of Conan, State of Decay, and a few other zombified survival games. And it actually came on our radar via DB. So I was watching a DB stream, and Reclaw actually jumped into the chat. Had a good chinwag with DB and everybody else in chat. Really good content creator in the interactions. Just getting started, so very few subscribers. This is a perfect opportunity to jump onto someone's channel and give them the old like, share, and give them a boost, especially as the weekend is coming to a close. Alright, I'm going to do a bit of a shout for Epic Mike as well. I also didn't realise that Epic Mike only had 2.5k subscribers. How criminally insane that is. And I love Epic Mike. It's just so fucking funny. Epic Mike. And most of us know Epic Mike through Geeks and Gamers and various other Epicverse and a few other channels. But the first time that Epic Mike came on my radar was Geeks and Gamers and the Mario Kart races. And my good God, he's hilarious. My good God. There's very few people that I could think of that could probably challenge Steel Leg for the high pitchedness of their voice. But my good God, Epic Mike does give it some beans. I'll also link his kick as well whilst we're there. Yeah, Psychotic Mongoose, absolutely criminally undersubbed. It's bonkers kick for Epic Mike. And he is a generally nice guy as well. He's another generally nice guy. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But yeah. Make sure you pop into Epic Mike. Give him some love. Pickly, pickly. Oh, fuck. I was going to say, Tam, if you're really, really bored. If you're really, really bored. But only if you're super, 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 super bored. Have a cup of tea. I'd love a cup of tea. So over on Kick as well, 583. Oh, I'm not following him on Kick. That's a bit gay. I am now. Pooh. Thought I was following here too. Now I am. I need to change my name. Can you change your name over on Kick? Edit avatar. Edit. I can! Real Tombi booze. Oh, fuck me. Alright, let me move that over there. Because that would make sense. That would make a lot more sense if I did that. Because that would mean that all my channels have the same name. There's something to be said with aligning all of your names across all of your content platforms, guys. Especially if you're a small streamer or content creator. Because it makes life so much easier for people to find you. Because if you're on YouTube and you say, The Real Tombi Booze, and you say, Rumble, The Real Tombi Booze, Twitch, The Real Tombi Booze, Kick, The Real Tombi Booze, just makes life so much easier to find people. So having just Tombi Booze on one of the channels just doesn't make sense. Yes, I am still waiting. Oh, fuck. It's asking for my two-factor authentication code, and I'm like, I'm waiting for an email to come through. Fuck, a monkey in a butthole. That's that one. I was waiting for an email to come through, and I've completely forgot it's two-factor authentication. Change username. Yay! So if I go back to Epic Mice, does that now say The Real Tombi Booze? Yes! And now I'm going to change my colour as well, because I fucking hate orange. Absolutely hate orange. Orange. I like it to drink. I like it to eat it. I just hate the colour. Identity. Red. Thank you. There we go. Tombi, I will when Satan's spawn of demon dogs stops trying to eat me. Sitting with legs out of reach for now. Ah, little bitch. She's doing well, though. She has... Her and Poppy have been playing more and more. Subtly. So we're hoping that it won't be too much longer and they'll be properly cuddling up to each other and go to sleep together. Rosie tries so desperately to play with Poppy. And Poppy's like, no! I don't think so. Right. Okay, back to the YouTube. Yeah, I wanted to give Epic Mike a bit of a shout because he's a solid guy. Nerd Wars as well. He's a much bigger channel than us. Myself and Smoo were on Erwin's channel last night over at Nerd Wars. Definitely go and give Erwin the support. So I was on with Smoo and Angie, Angry Badger last night. The Gooch did actually pop in and come and see us as well. So it's really, really good. I'm glad I got to see Gooch again. I need to get him onto the Hump Day Chinwag, as well as jumping onto one of his shows at some point. Mike, same name across platforms. One of the things I love about being from Pittsburgh, all of our sports teams share the same colors. Same, but different. Yes. 100%. Same, but different. Is Rosie more a daddy's girl or a mummy's girl? Good question. Good question. I wouldn't say she's either. She's quite comfortable if either one of us are around. She listens to both of us in equal amounts. And if we're all playing, she'll just play with us. So I don't think she's got a preference at the minute. Poppy definitely does. Poppy's always aired towards me, mostly because I do the WALKs. And then at certain times of the day, she'll gravitate towards Tam because of the food. But Baker Sani. Baker Sani. I've got something to show you. Oh, crikey. You inspired this. You inspired this, by the way, Bacon. Oh, fuck off, camera. You're supposed to be on my face. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to change my hat. Bacon has a cap, and he's got Bacon Sarnie on it. So I had to do a real Tombi booze, because you might join the channel and not understand who I am. But that is me. But I'm now going to swap back to this hat. And yes, Remembrance Sunday as well. Did me minutes silence at lunchtime. Well, 11 o'clock. Yes. But how you doing, Bacon? It's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. I just dropped you a new suggestion. Nice. Let me have a look. Yeah, feel free to drop as many people into that channel. That's what it's there for. Helps me out. Right, so this is a channel just linked by our good friend of the channel, John. Oh, shit, fuck. Get rid of the extra at. Problematic white guy. What are we doing? Satisfactory. Oh, do you know what? I've never got into Satisfactory. He's making Deep Space Nine. Interesting. No groundbreaking tricks at this point, but still, this is how I did it. You what? Did he... He fucking did as well. Holy shit. Fucking hell. How big's the freaking area? Shit, the bed. Oh, The Great Rebellion. I played this. I played this a little bit of time ago. It was actually all right. I was actually enjoying it. I can't remember why it was recommended to me. I think it was because I got a free key to it. I think so. But let's subscribe to said Hugo. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure... so, usual rules apply, guys. If you like the content creator and you like to support, and you think that the content creator is going to have something that you're interested in, make sure you pop across, make sure you subscribe, go into one of their videos and either make a comment. Comments are really, really good for the algorithm, really, really boosts the engagement. And make sure you'll tick the old button. Because, believe you me, it helps them out massively. So I'm going to bounce through a few channels now. Oh, shit. I think I could have given myself away there. Fuck. Eclectic Goat, how you doing? I'm hoping Yanni's not here. I'm hoping Yanni's not here. So I'm going to bounce through, do some subscribings. Did I subscribe on the last one? No, I didn't. What a twat. How you doing, Eclectic Goat? The head dev. That's it. He was on your... it was on the Fellowship Discord. That's how I bumped into him. Because he sent me a key for it. Because I said, I'll play it. And I have played it. I need to play it longer, though. And I was enjoying it. 2D side scroller. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. Wolverine Snicket's in the house as well. Good to see you, my friend. How you doing, Wolverine? Right, I've done that one. So obviously, because I've got 8 odd channels, I will boost each person up by the 8 odd channels just to give them a bit of a lick in the right direction. And it's always good when a content creator suddenly says, "Oh, wow, I've just had a load of increases in subs." Gives people a bit of a buzz in the right direction. How you doing, no goat? I'm also on Discord for those people that want to come and have a chinwag. I am in the Discord channel, so just come and join me. Those people that have got the access to it, and just come and listen in, and we can have a chinwag over stuff. Because you know me. I'm all for a good chinwag while we're looking at this stuff. So I'm going to do Tombi Bot next. And we'll bounce in, see if we can see one more small content creator, small streamer, because I'm looking at the time, it's past. And I want to do the examples within... There we go. I want to do the examples for shorts in Adobe and over with DaVinci. Iko, yeah, we do that on November the 11th here. Mad at the lady who we bought one from 2 years ago, making my own from now on. What did I miss? We lay reefs and parades on the closest Sunday. Yeah. So for us, it's, whilst it is the 11th, the closest Sunday to that date is always Remembrance Sunday. And it's at this point in time, the Cenotaph gets all the reefs in London and plenty of parades around the country and in other countries as well. We are big and we are heavy into it. We are massive into our poppies. It's all about the poppies. And in fact, I tell you what, let me just pause the screen for a second. I'll just be right back. Right, let's go full face for this one. Let's go full face for this one. Right, okay, so Royal British Legion in the UK is probably one of the predominant charities for the armed forces. Known by their poppy logo. So, Royal British Legion with a poppy logo. And I picked 2 pairs of these up a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to tell you what it is. I'm going to read it. And then I'm going to show you. So, this is a provenance certificate. Battle of Britain, 75th anniversary poppy cufflinks. This is to certify that the accompanying poppy cufflinks are crafted using donor metal removed from Supermarine Spitfire Mark I P7350, the oldest, most original flying Spitfire in the world. 7350, which was the 14th aircraft to be built at the Supermarines Castle Bromwich factory. First flew in August 1940 during the Battle of Britain. The Poppy Master was sculpted by artist Stephen Allen, whilst the edition was conceived and the Poppy cufflinks crafted exclusively by Metal of London. Now, what they did is, obviously this was the last original one. They took the metal out the wings, and it was kind of like an alloy of aluminium and a few other things, and they actually melted it down. And then they obviously made these cufflinks. So let me show you these. So come in a nice wooden box. And let me see if I can get these zoomed in for you. So I've got 2 pairs of these. Very, very, very nice cufflinks. I like my cufflinks, but the fact that these have got actual pedigree and history behind them. Let's see if it'll zoom in. There we go. Absolutely lovely cufflinks. And they're stamped as well. Not sure the camera's going to pick it up. Struggling at the minute. So on the inside of the arms, obviously it's got Battle of Great Britain, and then it's got the 1940 on the other side. So yeah, closest Sunday, Remembrance Sunday. This was one of my ways of celebrating or remembering those that have come before me and fallen, especially for me being ex-armed forces and being injured myself. Obviously, I've seen a lot of people in a lot of worse states than I came back in. Christ, the the plane that I flew back in, there was a couple of guys that had missing limbs and all sorts of stuff, and I was fortunate. Bacon Sunny, I feel crap with everything that's been going on with the dog. I never even ended up getting a poppy this year. It's the thought that counts, brother. It's the thought that counts. It's like Christmas cards. It's like Christmas cards, mate. It's the thought that counts. It's not the gift. The thing is that, and I'll say this for almost every normal person certainly in the UK, I would actually say large portion in the US, large portion in Canada. We hold a special place for our veterans, and especially for those that passed away in World War II, World War One, well, fought in World War One, World War Two. So, yeah, we've got a lot of time for them. Means a lot to us. Oh, look, it's the wife. Hello.
Completely apologise.
That's all right. That's all right. Oh, look at that lovely cup of tea. Cup of tea. She treats me well. She treats me well. Yeah, see, the other thing as well is that we've got Poppy, the dog. She was named because of the poppies. Our house has got a kind of like a placky emblem with the house number on it. That's all poppy related. And we did actually plant. This is actually a funny story. So on our estate, there were no poppies. We planted down the front of our garden a row of poppies. Poppies are everywhere now. Now, the thing with poppy seeds is they're tiny little things, and they blow for miles. So yeah, there's literally poppies everywhere. We live right next to army ranges, massive forest. It's like you can walk for 26 miles. There's poppies everywhere there now as well. It's great. I love poppies. I love the poppies. Join the Discord voice. Yeah, feel free to unmute yourself.
Ooh,
How you doing, John?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, living a dream, brother. Living a dream.
Indeed. Yeah, you should. I dropped a link in here, specifically like one of the thing that put me on St. Hugo. It's here. I'll just drop it in this chat here in Discord. You can check it out because it is awesome stuff.
He's on screen right now, brother.
Yeah, well, yeah, like he's got like one video specifically, like the thing that really put me onto him. That's why I was like, oh, I should definitely recommend this because he's got like a video that is amazing.
His satisfactory builds are obscene.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it now, and the complexity behind it, and I'm like, holy shit. Do you know what he reminds me of?
I just dropped it in the side chat.
Perfect. Do you know what he reminds me of? Have you seen the guys who built a working 8-bit computer in Minecraft?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has that capability. Like,
it's fucking obscene how they come up with scaling up the logic gates to actually make a functioning computer within a computer game.
Right? Yeah, no, like there's some very, very talented people that have been showing up in the FFS Discord.
Holy fuck!
Over the course of...
Have you seen what he's just made? It's got to be a Mario.
Yeah, no, I'm planning on getting in contact with him about being on one of our upcoming stream shows as well, because his talent is insane, off the charts. Like, I don't know, like I'm coming to like it was like when I was in art school and I got there and realized that it's like, wow, I'm actually surrounded by people that are way, way better at any of this than I will likely ever be. And so like, seeing that happen on the FFS Discord has been pretty astounding lately. So like, I think I'm very much taking after my mentor, Ryan Roger Thay, and just kind of like try to come up with something that utilizes the Discord to kind of highlight all these people that are coming into it and are really, really, really worth, the extra time and attention to support and just kind of get to know while they're, especially in these foundational years, because
It makes or breaks you.
It
really
does. It does.
does.
And like, and I'm right now, I'm kind of like in this interesting kind of phase where, like I was in the right time, right place because of the Discord myself, and have effectively inherited the roles that that Dobby used to have
Yep.
on so it's kind of one of those things where it's like I've kind of been lucky, and I know that the only way that I'm actually going to continue to actually do good by this whole thing is to actually help other people that have insane, off the charts talent, skills, and abilities that, like when Bishop got on my radar, like Bishop's opening. That's
Yes.
another person that you should check out if you haven't already. But yeah, no, he's incredibly talented, like doing stuff in Adobe Premiere, I think is what he uses.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he makes amazing music, makes great, intro cuts. Like he just did Moxie's, or well, I don't know if that's actually out yet, but yeah, no, like there's all sorts of crazy stuff. Like he did Words of Paradise. He did it for Leon, the new intro that he uses on Friday nights. And then like St. Hugo, like I said, he's on the FFS Discord as well. Over there, he goes by Caleb Wesker. But yeah, it's insanely talented. Like the stuff that he does, like with sprite animations and things like that. Like that the video I just dropped you, that's like a hypnotic opening that has been repurposed and done in like this 8-bit style that just basically recreates the intro that he does for it. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, Bishop's opening actually joined us on a recent Friday night Grand Theft Auto. So
nice. Yeah.
So I got him to join our Discord as well. Set him up with the necessary rights. So yeah, I'm hoping that he can join more of our game sessions. But he is a really nice chap as well.
Yeah, really he mentioned that to me actually about the GTA game sessions, like I think last weekend. But yeah, no, he's incredibly talented, very kind, just amazing creator. And I'm just glad that like the things I've been setting out to do with this Discord are actually coming to fruition.
Yes.
And I've got like a couple more things that are kind of around the corner that I need to get in place. But at some point, I'm going to be doing a kind of like almost like a re-debut, or kind of like reaching out to some people that I think haven't been able to get the fullest of its capabilities, because I need to fix how it does notifications, because the alerts, there are far too many currently. But I think because I didn't talk to you about it. I'm just gonna basically change it to people's either their YouTube channel handles or their X accounts, and so that way you can just kind of get notifications for all that kind of stuff. And I might and at that point in time, I can actually go and implement people's X accounts into the messaging system as well. Because might as well, if you're actually wanting to just watch a few specific people, give you the option to kind of like get all of it, none of it. Like scale it out. So trying to make it kind of like my TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside,
Yes, and
I've been watching too much Doctor Who the past few days.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So just going to jump into both Photoshop and bloody Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, and to DaVinci. For the single goal of just creating a short in both applications, for those people that are interested in making shorts for their channels, but probably don't have a clue of where to start. Now, don't get me wrong; these are not going to be perfect, but the idea is to give you the groundwork so that then you can carry on and buff these things up yourselves. So what we'll do first is we'll start off with Adobe Premiere, and then we'll switch across over to DaVinci, compile them both, show you exactly how I do it. And in order to do this, I'm actually going to make use of the older gamer. So the oldest gamer, should I say, whose link I'm just about to drop, reached out and we were discussing about where is it? Come on. We were discussing about the shorts and the way to create shorts. I said, you know what? It's probably worthwhile me doing a quick guide on how I do things. So I'm just going to get the oldest gamer, seeing as I'm going to abuse his video. Oldest gamer. Here's his link, guys. Make sure you pop across and give him some love. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a new project. So we're currently in, what's it called? Adobe Premiere. Now it's a bit small on your screen. Please forgive me, it's 4K. So I'm just going to go short example, and I'm just going to give it a random name and a location. Short example. Location is going to be my video template. I'm going to have none on for now. You can hit the cogwheel to select what kind of renderer you've got. So if you've got an NVIDIA GPU, you always want to be choosing the CUDA engine for your rendering, because that's going to be vastly superior to anything else. If you've got AMD, then you're going to have to use the AMD renderer. If you're limited to just the onboard, it's going to be CPU bound. And just be aware that when it comes down to the CPU, you're going to be a lot slower on your render. But when you're happy with that, just click create. And what will happen is it will open up a screen and it will be looking towards the import. And it will say, oh, what videos would you like to bring in? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the oldest gamer's Peter Griffin, which is this one is, The Bird is the Word. So he's recorded a video in the normal landscape view. And what you'll find a lot of people do is they do one or two things. They either blow that video up full screen and then add necessary graphics on the top, or they'll have it right in the middle of the screen and they'll put some stuff behind it. So if I've got a desktop orientated video, I will import it as it is, and then I'll alter the surround. So first things first, if we have a look at the video's up in the top right hand corner. A couple of things to note down the bottom. So you've got your video channel, and you can toggle the video channel on, you can toggle it off. The audio channel, the mute button is the letter M that's in the little explorer down the bottom. If you hit that, the sound is muted. One of the first things that we need to do is change the orientation of the video, because currently it's in the 16:9, but for shorts we need it in 9:16. So first, go up to sequence, go to sequence settings. Once we're on sequence settings, we want to change the resolution, and I'm actually going to set the resolution to 1080 by 1920. Everything else can remain exactly the same, but 1080 by 1920. Click OK, and straight away you can see that the viewport has changed to something more akin to a mobile view. Now, when you left-click the top box down in the Explorer window down the bottom, which is your video, you'll then be able to come over to Effects, Controls, top left, and there is a scale in here. And if you just left-click and hold it down, you can then scroll left or right, and it will make it bigger or smaller. So make it the size of the frame, and it's in the center. Fine, perfect. I'm not going to do anything more of it. But the first thing I want to do is I actually want to move that up to the second video for good reason. So once you've got your first video highlighted, just put Control and copy this, and I'm just going to put it towards the end, and I'm going to drag it underneath. Now what that's done is basically there's two videos superimposed on each other. I'm going to use video 1, so let's highlight video 2 there, make that enabled. So we've got video 2 enabled, we've got video 1. I'm going to highlight video 1. Video 1 is going to be the one that sits in the background, kind of like to fill up the rest of the space. So using the same thing again, effects up in the top left hand control, I'm going to move the scale until it fits the screen. So now I've got a video in the background. I've got a video in the foreground. And if I press play, you can see that basically they are completely aligned. What's going on in the background is going on in the foreground. Now, video 1, which is the one in the background, I actually want to blur out. I don't want it to cause too much confusion for the viewer. So I'm going to go effects bottom left. I'm actually going to look for blur, and I'm actually going to look for Gaussian blur, and I'm just going to drag and drop it on video number 1. Once it's dragged and dropped, the effect will appear over on the top left-hand corner in your little window, and there's a dial there that says blurriness. I'm just going to move that up to about 30%. And you can see the video in the background is now blurry. So when I press play, it's not so in your face. It's not so crisp in the background. Nice and blurry. Now you can take that all the way up to 100% if you want. You can take it up to 100%. 50 is more than good enough. Let's leave it as 50. Perfect. So now we've got the two videos stacked on each other. Next thing I want to do, I want to add in a header. Now for the header, I'm just going to import the Oldest Gamers panel from YouTube. And the easiest way of doing that is come across to the Oldest Gamer, right click, save image as, and put the image somewhere safe. Channel banner goes into that folder. And now I can go into that folder, find where the channel banner is, and I'm just going to drag and drop it into the video 3. When I hover over video 3, you'll see the position of it is right smack in the middle. Before you move it, this is one of the most important things because it saves you so much fucking around. The way this works is kind of like a rule of 3 in terms of in the center, you've got your video. At the top third is going to be your banner. And the bottom third is going to be where you want to put your text and your messages. So what I'm going to do is before I move the banner, I'm actually going to scale the banner. Let's make sure it's selected. Make sure the purple is selected for the banner because it's a graphic. And I'm just going to scale the banner until it overlaps the original video. Once it overlaps the original video, I'm also going to move the position so that it's more in the center. That's perfect. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the height now. So I'm going to take it all the way up to the top. It's slightly off. So I'm going to just increase the scale ever so slightly. So now we've got the Oldest Gamer panel up the top. We've got his video in the center. And if we press play, no problem with that being a short. Now I'm going to add some text as well. So let's add some text when he goes towards his bird is the word. So any second now, he wins the game. So he's going to do his bird is the word. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to the type tool, and I'm just going to put in the type tool, and I'll go bird is the word. Nice and simple. On the right-hand side, Luke, how you doing? Yeah, don't worry, Mike. That's the perfect. That's the beauty of doing it like this, because you can watch it back, and I'm doing it slow enough that you would be able to do the same, just with pauses. So bird is the word. We're going to align. We're going to also use these align tools down the bottom. Now there's one right in the center, second one in. It's called align center horizontally. That'll put the text right in the middle. I'm also going to make it bigger because what I want to try and do is make it almost the same size as the screen so it appears and pops. Bird is the word. Now, one of the things that I learned early on, and my apologies for just constantly talking, by the way, John. One of the things that I learned early on is to make sure that you stroke the text, because there's nothing worse than having words on the screen that you can barely see properly. So I always do a stroke, and if it's white lettering, I always do black stroke, and it can be a 4-pixel stroke, and straight away the text is nice and bright on screen. No problem at all. So with that, we're almost basically done here. So I'm just going to delete the additional one I've just created there. Get rid of that. So bird is the word. And I can stretch that out by grabbing the left-hand edge and just stretching that out for 10 seconds. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go to the end. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to double-click on this. Subscribe for more. So let's do subscribe for more. And straight away, what you can see is that the panel starts, panel then disappears. But what I want to do is I want to edit that so the panel shows all the way through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click down the bottom. I'm going to add a new track. I'm going to move the image of the banner up to the top track. I'm going to then drag the banner all the way so it does the entire of the video. At any point in time now, I can quickly scan through. Bird is a word. Subscribe for more. Very, very quickly, there is a short. I will then Control A to select all. Right click, go to make subsequence. And once it's a subsequence, I'm now going to go the oldest gamer short. And this is Premiere. Premiere. Make sure that everything else is fine. Yep. Oldest gamer, short, Premiere. And then we export down the bottom right hand side. Then that exports. Obviously, I'm rendering on a 4090, so it's not going to take long at all. And video done. So that is Premiere in a nutshell. Let's go and find that video. And then you'll get to see the results of that shot. Let's open it up. Where are you gone? There you are. So here's the video. Nice and straightforward. Nothing too rocket science with it. This is Adobe Premiere. So this is the more expensive option. And this is why I wanted to go into DaVinci as well and show you DaVinci. Because DaVinci is free. So you've got your paid version, which you can use if you've got it. If not, there is the free version. And it takes just as long in either one. So any second is going to win. There we go. Happy days. Right, so let's do the same thing in DaVinci. And as if by magic, I've got DaVinci open already. David Morris, how you doing? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. And Luke, how are you, buddy? How are you? Right. Now, DaVinci calls things slightly different, but fundamentally you get the same kind of deal. And in DaVinci, it's all about time sequences. So what we're going to do, we're going to go new project, and we're going to call this the oldest gamer short. And this one's DaVinci. Shape. There we go. And the first thing we want to do is create a new timeline. So we can do two things. If we go to import media, let's go and import the same video. So we've got the video and it's there ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new timeline using selected clips. Now this is quite an important step because in Premiere, you'll have your video 1 with your audio. And in DaVinci, it is video 1, but they will say timeline 1. On this screen is one very important option. Remember that the video source is horizontal. We want it in the vertical. Bottom left-hand corner, use project settings. Get rid of that straight away. Once that opens up, you'll get the tab format. Go to there. Change the resolution. So it's currently 1920 by 1080. Let's reverse it. 1080 by 1920. Straight away now, that will give us the vertical orientation. We hit create. Perfect. So we've got our vertical view. Average Auto, how you doing, Jace? Good to see you, brother. And at any point in time, if I want to see what the video's doing, I can see the video. Perfect. Great. Next, we want to do the same thing as what we did with the other view. Currently, if we just go a little bit further forward, you'll see that this is the full frame. Now, I don't want to change this one because it's done half the job for me. But I do want to duplicate this. So I'm going to copy it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the end of the video. And I'm going to paste. And what that will do is give me 2 videos, one after the other. I'm going to hold the left mouse button on the video. And then I'm going to drag it all the way back to the start. But I'm going to move it up one section. So now I've got video 1, video 2. Video 2, now what we can do with video 2, we only need 1 audio track. There's no point in having 2. So I'm going to mute video 2. But also, video 2, I want to make that the smaller one. So if you have a look at the minute, they're just one directly on top of the other one. So I'm going to highlight video 2. I'm going to go to the top right-hand corner to what's called the inspector. Make sure the inspector's open. Go to video. Go away, audio. I don't want that audio selected. There we go. So I've got transform selected on the video icon. And we see the zoom button. And straight away, I'm just going to change the zoom until it fits the center of the screen. Perfect. Don't need to do any more. That's it. So now I've got 2 videos. The same process. But you see that the first video isn't blurred at all. So let's solve that problem. Down on the bottom, there's one that's called color. And this is going to sound really weird, but hit color. Make sure, see, on the left-hand side, it's very, very small on your screen. Video 2 is the currently highlighted one. I'm going to select video 1. I'm going to select video 1, so video 1's highlighted, because that's the one in the back. Next, this one that's called radius. And guess what? That's where the blur lives. I'm going to increase that to, say, 75. Once I'm happy with 75, I'm going to go back to edit at the bottom. And when I scroll across now, you'll see that the background is now blurred. So that's another point done. What next do we need to do? We need to import the panel. Okay. So now we're going to open up the panel that we downloaded already. And we're just going to drag and drop it on top in video 3. Same deal. I'm going to stretch it all the way from one end to the other. And straight away you can see the problem. It's covering the entire screen. So highlight video 3. Let's go to zoom. Let's make it smaller. Make it the same size as the video in the middle. And then I'm going to adjust the position using the inspector. Let's put him up to the top. Let's make him a little bit bigger. And hey presto, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. You have now got in DaVinci exactly the same thing that we just created in Premiere. The only thing that we haven't done is then obviously gone through and added our text. But in a nutshell, that is exactly all you're doing. Same process, same layout. Just have to understand where some of the options are. Where in DaVinci you've got to go into color, then go into blur. Whereas on Adobe Premiere, you've got an effects box where you can type in blur, go find Gaussian blur, drag it onto your video, and then apply whatever percentage of blur. When you're ready with it, once you're happy, you can then go to, let me find it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Trying to find a button in a minute. Nope. 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 Was it export that one? I think it was. I'll have a look in a minute. No, it's not that one. 2 seconds. Quick export. I thought it was quick export. Right, okay. So now when you want to render it, just go to quick export. H.264, good enough for YouTube, or you can select the YouTube and it will publish directly from DaVinci Resolve. But H.264, more than good enough. Hit the export, wait for it to complete. So let me go to same location, streaming and video. And let's save it here. Oldest gamer short DaVinci. Save. And it's going to render just as fast in here as it did over on Premiere. But obviously this one is the free application. So something to bear in mind. You can pretty much do everything you want to in DaVinci that you can do in Premiere. You don't need to pay for it. Now, both of those two are complete. So that's the small little guidance I wanted to give you today. Now, I'm going to show you how I make my life a lot easier. So let me just turn off this preview. And I'm going to come over to this window here. So what you can see in this window is a pre-created vertical scene. This uses the Atom vertical plugin. And that I'm going to drop it into chat for you all now. Now, the vertical plugin, you do not have to pay for. It's completely free. Free? It's completely free. All you have to do is install it. All right, so let me get Atom vertical plugin. I'm going to drop that into chat. So there's the link, Atom Vertical. What it will give you, so normal OBS in the center. So your normal OBS is the center window, and apologies for the inception, but you get the idea. You create your scenes as you switch around your scenes, whether it's live gaming, whether it's intermission, and I come back again. Irrespective of what it is, you've got that center view, and it's always the desktop view. Atom Vertical gives you a second view, which you can then configure with my webcam up the top. I'll have my games in the center, or the game completely filling the bottom of the vertical window, depending on what I'm playing. Now, because I've got this, I can hit the record when I want to record my gaming streams, or I'm streaming to YouTube directly, and it's getting stored in YouTube anyway. But because it's already in the vertical view, I do not have to change the resolution. I can just import the video directly in. It will be in vertical straight away. I don't need to manipulate the video in any way because my webcam's at the top. It's already in the perfect position. My game is visible on screen because I've already put it in within the scene. So I've done a lot of the hard work within OBS. So the only thing I have to do now is scour through my video that I've either recorded, or if I jump across over to YouTube. So this is my mobile channel. So if I come into my most recent mobile, so straight away, you've got the view is correct. I just have to download this, then edit the section that I want. I can cut it down, make it longer, add bits, splice bits together, add text on top of it. But the view's already in place, guys. I've cut down my workload by 90% just by doing it in OBS. So if you are looking to do shorts or throw shorts out of your gameplay, make sure you use the vertical plugin in OBS. It's completely free. And all I did was I set up a second account, a second channel, Tombi Does Mobile, and I connected that with the also Atom multi-streaming plugin. So if I was streaming this doesn't work. This stream, as in Sunday Spotlight, doesn't work very well on the vertical because it's just too small. But if it's gaming, perfect. And then I'll click on this and I'll stream over to YouTube in a vertical orientation. Perfect. Rigged. Botrix has won. That's a shame. But yeah, so 2 different methods of creating your shorts, plus a way of cutting down how much effort that takes by doing a lot of the legwork in OBS first. But I'm hoping that's at least giving you a starter for 10. Now, I'm quite happy to dive into more complex things. One of the things that I want to take people through next time, so if we go into After Effects, one of the things I'll do next week is take you into After Effects. Wait for it to load. And show you how to make transitions. Because I learned how to make transitions this week as well. Takes a while. So obviously transitions wise, when I jump across intermission, aha!
Have you seen the it's called Stream Up plugin for OBS?
No.
It's pretty impressive. It'll actually take care of doing your updates for, well, you still have to go and download them, but it keeps an archive database of basically all the different plugins that you can put into OBS, and it will highlight
nice.
when it's time to actually update them. And it just you can go in through its own panel, and it'll have everything listed right there. And anything that you have currently in OBS as one of your plugins, you can actually, whenever you boot up, it'll show you what has changed. And so you can just go and automatically just download them individually, or you can go to the StreamUp app and use that, and it'll get all of them, and you can do it all in one big load. And it's, once you actually kind of get into the habit of doing OBS plugins, the way that my OBS runs is a million times better than the vanilla version. Like the only reason why I'm not doing too much stuff lately is because my laptop is so well, it's a laptop, and I've been running it like a server for the last year and a half, and it's kind of on its last legs, which is
It's slowly dying.
But kind of, yeah. It's probably rebooted like 6 times just this morning. So yeah, I'm definitely getting to the point to where hopefully I can convince people that I'm worthy of support to help me buy some new systems. But yeah, OBS, I would definitely say check it out. I'll shoot you the link to the guy who puts it out for free, because he's got like a whole channel on how to like do transitions and like do different aspects within OBS. It's been a complete game changer in the way that I, not only run my OBS but keep it up to date and maintained, because like I say, it literally keeps a database of everything that's currently in any plugin that you put in there and is on the database, which is connected to the OBS repository. It just automatically lets you know, and so you can constantly stay up to date and just make it very to your liking. Like I've got I've used my OBS. I've got a nested internet that I run through it, so that way I can actually do real time animation blurs and all this kind of weird stuff that just kind of like it links into webhooks and all sorts of crazy stuff. But if you use this StreamUp app though, specifically, it'll keep track of all that stuff for you. And like the guy who has the YouTube channel for it, let me see if I can find him, because that's definitely one you should highlight, because it's not only good for just he's an amazing creator, but he also like actually does like really, really cool things that go beyond just like making good content for YouTube.
Yeah, because I've dumped the link for StreamUp into chat, so we've got that. I'm actually going to download it.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to download it. So my OBS, I've got my OBS quite fairly heavily modified, because I've got loads of things running in the back of mine, as you would expect. Quite a few things, everything from NDI to God knows what other tools, PTZ devices, WebSockets open, connections to a million different things, APIs running.
Yep. Yeah.
Massive
no, like,
nerd.
that's what I love about these open source softwares is once you actually start kind of digging into them, you can do a lot with open source protocols without ever even having to pay a single dime. Like it may take you a little bit more time and effort to kind of build something, but what's really cool about when you build your own tools is you know how they work a little bit better.
How they work, and that's the key thing.
Right. Let's see if I can
don't know
find it.
I don't know where my bloody stinger's gone. I went to open up the project I was going to share, and the stinger doesn't want to work.
Let's see.
Which kind of sucks, really.
Right. Yeah. No. There's a couple people actually that I might have that I can drop links to that do stuff with OBS specifically. Let me see if I can find them in my subs. Because they are definitely worth highlighting as well.
Yeah, I've got a few things, and yes, Anthony said, I thought we were trying to avoid transitioning. Yeah, bless you. 100%.
Well, digital transitions are a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah, as long as that's all it's going, all that's happening. Yeah, I wonder why my stinger's gone to shit. You are attempting to open a file that was created with an earlier version and can't be open. Oh, I wonder if it's because I haven't opened up the beta version. Fucking Jesus. All right, let's go to there. Let me see if I can open up. Where's After Effects? That one. That's the one I want. So I'm going to open this one. Hopefully it should open up fine. But we are going to call it a day shortly, guys. We've bounced through a couple of streamers, gone through a couple of guidance on shorts. Just to get you started, I want to open up this After Effects. Yep, there we go. After Effects transition. So yeah, I created this one. Very, very simple transition, 2 seconds. Sweeps across the screen, bit of audio, my logo in the background, and you can see this in effect when I change over on OBS.
Yeah, I dropped you the link to 2 really, really good OBS YouTube creators that do their own. They show you how-tos and everything like that through YouTube, but they both actually teach you how to do transitions and like really in-depth stuff that scales on top of basic applications. Like I've learned a lot through both these guys. I would definitely say they are totally worth the.
And Andy Lippy's one of the ones I've watched before.
Yeah, he made the Stream Up app that I was just telling you about. Yeah.
And so I'm going to drop these into chat as well. Oldest Gamer, how you doing, brother? We just created a couple of shorts based on your video. Next one, Nutty, laugh my ass off. So let me subscribe to Andy. And let's do Nutty as well.
Yep. And I would suggest anybody out there who even dabbles in OBS, definitely subscribe to these guys and watch their stuff because, it's evergreen content. Once you start learning, it's like I actually one of my back on Problematic White Guy before I started doing this Gamergate coverage and stuff like that. I was just highlighting stuff you could do with a Steam Deck, and because I went to art school, I kind of got into the idea of like, well, what are the tools that you could use nowadays to not have to go into a place that's turned into a complete and utter indoctrination society and actually just learn quality software and do it at a fraction of the cost. So like I've got a video on how to use open source software specifically. Of course, amongst them, OBS and DaVinci are listed. I've also got a couple other ones like OpenShot and a few other things that kind of like do very specific kind of work. But I've come to learn that in some ways it's almost better to learn multiple free software tools that kind of encompass a range of things and figure out what does what best and use those kind of tools kind of more, especially when you're trying to learn, like get your head wrapped around all this stuff, because YouTube in and of itself is one thing, like creating for it is a whole other thing. And like, just learning how to like kind of bring those things together. If you try to learn it all through like one piece of software, I mean, it's not impossible, but it's certainly a lot easier just to kind of like learn all these various free open source solutions, things like that. Like, 'cause that's a cool thing too. Like when you actually start figuring out how to use plugins with these softwares, a lot of those paid for features and things like that you can usually get for free or something comparable to it, if not ultimately better. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, makes all the difference in the world.
It does indeed. Right. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? What are we gonna do? No, I think we can probably wrap it up there. We've done that. This is the other guy that's currently on screen, Gaming Careers. He's the other guy that I watched for a lot of OBS transitions and things like that. So he's got OBS, how to add alerts, custom stingers, webcams, audio, tips for tips for Twitch, separate game audio, Discord, music in OBS. Really, really good creator. So yeah, make sure I'm going to subscribe as well. Make sure you pop across. Guys,
Gaming career.
Until next time, we are going to disappear off. Bishop Typering, do not worry. Hail all sods, I'm late as fuck. Don't worry, we already give you a shout out, my dude. And both me and John appreciate you massively. So until next time, guys, thank you very much indeed for joining me today. Short and sweet today. More next week. I'm going to be back in a little while with Mirden playing some Final Fantasy XIV. But John, thank you very much indeed for joining me in the chat as well. Much appreciated, sir. And I will catch you all later. Bye for now. Outro.